See, my inner child is already kicked off, yeah? I like to smile. Hi, my lovely sister, Yaeli. Hi, Yaeli. Okay. So, inner child. So, when we talk about the inner child, it's very common to talk about the inner child, to nourish the inner child, to love the inner child, to look at the inner child. But if you follow the work I'm pointing at, we see that we usually ending up with infinity, or we starting with infinity. And also, our inner child, we have to look in the view on the angle of infinity, because also the inner child is in the space of everything and nothing. Yeah, it is living inside infinite consciousness, and it's living inside our mind. So we have to work with the inner child, but we must put it in a context of infinity. Yeah, and look at it not from the ego perspective only, which means pure psychology. We have to look at it from a spiritual perspective as well, and like this we can get a new angle on it, or for it. So like everything else, the inner child lives mainly in our mind. We can say it lives also in our tissues. Yeah, if we had some traumas or even beautiful things, so it lives also in our tissues, but mainly in the mind. And everything else lives as well in the mind. And what happened is that, like in the computer, in the windows of the computer, we can have many windows open, but only the one that makes most noise, or the one that we really recently learned how to use and we're using it, that's the one we actually give importance to, and the other one just are there on the back burner. So we have to pay attention and to discover also the windows that are in the back burner, that they are there, and actually they're affecting us very much, but usually the other one are making much more noise, and we're looking at them more. Okay? And all these windows are living inside our mind and not elsewhere. So when we work with the inner child, but not only with the inner child, with any aspect of our existence, so we need to pay attention to what space it takes within us in the context of infinity. So here, another lovely person, name is Mystic Wizard, said that all aspect of being needs to be addressed in order to heal properly. Thank you for this. Beautiful, for sure, my friend, or yeah, male or female. I reference point using computers to our existence as well. Beautiful. So we're on the same wavelength. Okay, so let's first connect inward and not treat this inner child through the mind, but treat it through direct experience, because we all being children, and we all are still children as well, probably adults, unless they're children and is joining us right now. So let's connect to this present moment, because in the present moment there is everything. Yeah, there is the past and there is also the present. So first we must connect to the present moment and just connect to our breath, which helps us to guide into this present moment. So for now we're letting go of the mind that can bring many ideas, and we're just kind of diving into the present moment, and later we go into the inner child. So let's just explore what's happening within us right now. How is our breathing? How is our mind? How much space do I have within me? And when we're talking space, we're talking joy, we're talking tension or relaxation, we're talking love, we're talking space for the breath to express. This is the answer for how much space I have within me right now. The level of space will be the level of all of the above. So if there's little space, little joy. A lot of space, a lot of joy. Yeah. Little space, little breath. A lot of space, deep breath. Now space always reflect state of mind, state of emotion, state of the spirit. So let's observe. And the beauty of observation, of presence, is that it synchronizes into space. It creates space because its nature is space. So try to focus and pay attention what kind of pushing against complete spaciousness within you right now. Maybe there's some tension on your chest. Maybe there's some emotions. Maybe thoughts bothering your mind. Maybe emotion sitting in your solar plexus, in your heart. Just pay attention. And once you are clear where the tension is focused, stay focused, but try to focus on that specific area or part of your being which is tense. Okay? By default, we approaching our being as human because we call ourselves human being. By being doesn't have to be human. It can be butterfly being, can be dolphin being, can be sun being, can be just being. Yeah? So let's choose the being we would like to be right now in this human form. Okay, so as wide as we go to choose, we can choose an aura being, and then we are aware of our aura. We can choose galactic being, and then we feel as if we are in the middle of the galaxy or the universe. We can choose infinite being, then we are infinite. Whatever works for you, choose and follow the breath while being in that expansion you've chosen to be. Yes, so breathe as infinite, or breathe as galactic, or the auric being. And see how the quality of breath changes when you holding a different attitude or different acknowledgement. Remember, as you widening your consciousness, your awareness, which is the same, connect, synchronize between the expansion which you're aware of and the tension which you're as well aware of. Yes, so if I have sadness in my heart, and in the same time I'm acknowledging that I'm infinite being, with the same awareness, I'm synchronizing being aware of infinity, being aware of sadness, just relaxing in that. Okay, So as you start to relax different aspects of your being, go deeper and go deeper. Yeah, because maybe you relaxed the emotional being, but maybe you still feel tension in your psyche, in the mind. It just still jumps. That's okay. So pay attention more on the energy of your head. Maybe this is better, but maybe there is some vibration, energetical vibration in your aura that doesn't feel right. It feels oppressive. Focus there. So just gradually scan through your being, trying to harmonize more and more, just by synchronizing object of awareness with infinity. As the system synchronizes more and more, we start to feel more comfortable. We start to feel more quiet, relaxed, in harmony. Okay. Now, the child within us that need nourishment, need love, need acknowledgement, is an aspect of our psyche. So, the same as something else, maybe we've been hurt in many other times of our life, for sure. But now we're paying attention to the child within us. And the reason we pay more attention to the child is because a child normally is very innocent, and it's much more vulnerable to be hurt by life, even by the most simple things that nobody meant to hurt. So how do we connect to the child within us? I mean, especially if you didn't do any work like this, or even if you did, it's not straightforward. But we can assume that all the information since the moment we've been made, and actually since the beginning of time, is living right here, right now. Everything is here, in the present moment. So let's connect to the little child, just like this. Okay? And let's say we're connecting to the little boy, in my case, or the little girl. Let's say we're connecting at 1 year old. 1 year old. So the only thing we need to do is just to say, I'm connecting to the little boy or the little girl within me at 1 year old. That's all. Don't think. This is the clue here. Don't think. Just say it and see what happens. Does your energy lift up, or does it kind of move down? Do you feel your breathing is shorter or deeper? Do you feel more relaxed or more agitated? Remember not to think, because thinking is an idea. But here we're inviting a direct experience. Again, I'm 1 year old. What's happening? For example, for me, I feel my breathing become shorter. I feel I'm more retracted inwards. I don't feel comfortable. See how is it for you? Now, as I gave the example of the web pages that are open in the computer, this information, yeah, I'm 62, it lives inside me, yeah? It's information that is alive, and it's broadcasting quality. So if I connect to 1-year-old and I don't feel comfortable, it means that that uncomfortableness is within me all the time. And it'll be nice to harmonize it, to make peace with it, to embrace it. So check for yourself, how is it 1-year-old? If it's great, if you feel amazing, great, just enjoy that. If you don't feel very well, be with it and invite that little baby, which is you, which is inside you, to be embraced, to be loved, to be held. Because now you, as an adult, can give it a space which is safe, which is comfortable. Let's take a minute for that. It's important to understand that who we are is awareness that is on top of data. Awareness on top of data. Who I take myself to be now as Yair 62 is information, that's all. It's not true or not true, it's just information. The same information is if I say I'm Yair 1-year-old. Same is information. It's just to explain to you that you can provoke or invoke anything you want, any age you want, yeah, even past life, even time in the uterus, yeah, anything, and heal it and work with it. Okay, this is the logic of what we're doing. So we continue. The same as you relaxed, you with your breath, with your awareness when we started the meditation, do the same thing for the 1-year-old you. I am 1-year-old and I'm softening, embracing. And wait until you feel comfortable. Until the breath relaxes. If you're father or mother, uncle, aunt, if you have a dog or a cat, you know how is it to feel when you're caressing somebody, when you're embracing somebody, when you're holding them with warmth, with tenderness. That's what we're doing. Okay, and if you got the idea how to work with it, so let's go to 4 months in the uterus, yeah, before we were born. I'm 4 months in the uterus inside my mother. Again, get the feeling and start being with that, with love, with embracement. Obviously, some of us had an amazing feeling. Yeah, for me, I don't feel comfortable, so I have to work with it. If you feel comfortable, just enjoy it. It's a beautiful feeling. 4 months inside the uterus of my mother. Okay, so from that, let's jump into 5 years old. I'm 5 years old. Again, see if you have expansion in your being, if you have contraction in your being. And if there is contraction, embrace. offer love, offer safetiness. Be your mother, be your father, be you. Because maybe your parents didn't know how to love, because nobody also loved them. But you know how to love. So love that aspect of your being, to heal it, to relax it, to comfort it. Okay, let's take another age and take 12 years old. I'm 12 years old. And see how that. Do you feel expansion or contraction? Do you feel emotion, heavy emotion or light emotion? Do you have more space or more tension? Okay, and just to make it even more available, let's say, okay, now I'm me at whatever age you are, wherever place you are, just to bring yourself back to this present moment and invite the part of you that you felt the most tense, maybe 4 months in the uterus, maybe 1 year, maybe 5 years. And just embrace that part of you as the present you. Breathe to it. Offer it warmth. Offer it tenderness. And heal and comfort that part within you. Okay, so now we are all quite relaxed and comfortable, everything is easy. But those parts we call the inner child, this part get triggered when things are not easy. And we need to know the tendency of that psychological part we call the inner child within us. Because many times it's crying, it's upset, it's angry, it's fearful, it's anxious. But we don't really look at it as the inner child. We look at it as, I am anxious, I am sad, I am upset. So let's just for a minute try to recognize within us and kind of communicate with this inner child to get to know it better. Ask it, what is your needs? What do you need from me? How can I help you to feel the best? And how would I recognize when you don't feel so good? Just take a minute for this dialogue. And try to remember now an incident not long ago, because usually it's happening all the time, that inner child was hurt within you. And by understanding, it was the inner child within me, or the little girl within me. Just recognize it and go back to that incident just to make it clear that when somebody said something, or I heard, or something happened, provoked it, suddenly I felt again the inner child crying within me. Make it clear for you, and then go and embrace it. Good. So this is very, very important to acknowledge and to be clear and to intervene very fast when you feel uncomfortable, and not necessarily identifying with that, but more understanding what's going on and embracing the child. But as I started the meditation, we are not only the inner child, we are infinite being. So let's invite the little child to acknowledge how vast we are, how infinite we are. So it's not so attached only to the human being, to this tight existence. Because it came recently from infinity. It knows infinity maybe better than we know. So let's invite it to connect with us, to this expansion which is infinite. And let's show the inner child that, like him, like me, we are a group of brothers and sisters on the spiritual path. All of us inner child and adults in the same time. So let's connect everybody together and feel the support we can give to each other, to realize the light which we are, that is way beyond inner child, adult, baby. Let's connect to our infinity, which is beyond time and space, beyond any form of existence, beyond angel, beyond God, beyond everything, because it is everything. And to acknowledge and to reach that state, we only have to drop our mind, because that's where what holds all the ideas of who we are, inner child, adult, whatever. Drop it and enjoy your blissful existence that is pure consciousness. And just allow yourself to connect with each other, sharing love, sharing light, supporting each other to raise vibration and raise vibration, not to be stuck in the mind, in the psyche. And let's invite all humanity to form a matrix of light and love all around planet Earth. So human consciousness will raise vibration beyond the ego, and we all realizing together our infinite existence. When we're realizing our connection, our infinite existence, there's no way we can do harm to each other. Breathing together, sharing love and light. Beautiful. And before we finish, I want to encourage you always to pay attention if your inner child is needed, your attention. Be aware of it before you're identifying with its stress. Be aware. And through the distance, of I'm not, the little child that is crying, but the little child is part of me. Embrace it, offer it safety, and invite it to realize the source. This means that our life must be very, very aware, very much in yoga, meaning unity, very much present, very much paying attention to the state of our mind. This takes devotion, this takes vigilance, it takes very, very strong decision that that's what I want to do in my life, and pay attention to the mind all the time. Thank you so much. For those that are new, I want to let you know that this meditation is every Sunday at 8, that I'm also doing once a week live on a Wednesday in the morning, 7:30, and we have a meditation group that we're meeting virtually only through the mind every morning, and if you want, just let me know and I'll join you to the WhatsApp group. As well, you're all welcome to join our classes in the Infinite Being Academy, classes about energy reading, and we started now a subscription, subscription program in our website where we're going to place all the meditation and other material that is already there that you're welcome to join. So thank you for joining. So much love. Thank you, Patricia and Sophia and Nancy and AG, Marina, of course, Marina and Kay and Safira and Marie and Reflexology and Pedro and it's just me. Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. All these lovely people. And Mystic Wizard, of course, thank you for your what you told us. And yeah, many people. Thank you, everybody. And if I didn't mention somebody's name, please don't take it personal. Lots of love to everybody. Adios.